Well, my goodness. This news will probably leave Angel Reese's mom in shambles.
Just ask Caitlin Clark, whose preseason debut broke viewership records with 1.3 million viewers. What happens when one player attracts so many viewers that NHL executives are sweating? Meanwhile, Angel Reese's mother's social media meltdown exposes the drama behind the scenes as the focus shifted away from her daughter.
Point, of course, she's upset. She made a couple of comments a couple of days ago about people literally covering statistical data involving attendance. That's a problem.
Like a meteor striking a serene lake, the entire league ecosystem has been shaken by Clark's arrival. The increase in viewership indicates that something more significant is about to happen in women's basketball, a dramatic change in power dynamics that is changing the WNBA's landscape. This drama goes beyond the court, raising concerns about who will be in charge of the league's future course.
Game. Tickets for this game actually sold out within the hour when it was announced, and people were lining up for over 3 hours before the game just to get into this arena. So to say that this game was highly anticipated and was hyped up would be an understatement.
That's correct, as 1.3 million people watched a WNBA preseason game rather than the playoffs or the championships. A preseason match that has no bearing on the standings when it comes to women's basketball. This is incredible.
Caitlin Clark's preseason debut drew 1.3 million viewers. That's nuts.
When you consider that Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever debut attracted more views than the Colorado Avalanche versus Winnipeg Jets NHL playoff game taking place at the same time, the enormity becomes evident.
And just to give you an idea, I did pull up other ratings from that day. This game beat NHL playoff ratings. Think about that a minute. National Hockey League playoff ratings, a WNBA game, a preseason WNBA game, not only beat those ratings, destroyed them. I think the highest rated NHL game was roughly 430,000 viewers behind this.
NHL executives are in a panic after their playoff numbers were surpassed by a preseason women's basketball game, and preseason planners are also worried because they struggled to reach these numbers for their exhibition games. Even LeBron James switching teams or Zion Williamson's first high-profile NBA events attracted fewer viewers for their pointless games. A rookie playing in her first exhibition game outdrew professional hockey players vying for the Stanley Cup.
More watched than any NBA game, preseason game, since 2018. So that's been a long time ago. All but 2 NBA preseason games since 2010. So this game, only 2 NBA preseason games in the last 15 years had bigger ratings than this game. One of them was LeBron's Los Angeles Lakers debut.
In order to fit more Fever games into prime time slots, ESPN management are restructuring their whole broadcast schedule. Instead of a one-time bump, all signs point to the fact that Clark is a ratings gold mine, and they are racing to take advantage of this phenomena.
This was a preseason WNBA game. Do you understand what I mean? A preseason WNBA game.
This makes it difficult for other sports leagues to compete when a rookie, age 22, draws fans away from their well-established offerings. Despite their decades-long histories, the NHL and NBA are vying for fans' attention by focusing on a player who hasn't begun her regular season. Clark's style of play holds the key. Her shooting range is practically limitless, her game is electrifying, and even casual fans tune in to watch what incredible plays she'll make next. She performs with a joy and confidence that fills screens all around the country.
So this is what an actual crowd looks like. Chloe Peterson put this up. That is a sold-out arena. 14,998 people. That's all it could hold. They all showed up in Caitlin Clark's college arena.
Clark's 1.3 million viewers demonstrate that women's basketball has discovered its first real crossover star, someone who appeals to both casual viewers and ardent basketball fans. She is changing the way that people regard women's sports as entertainment.
So there were 14,998 people in attendance for this game at Harvard Hawkeye.
Angel Reese's mother was going completely crazy on social media while Clark was making history on the court. She shared posts left and right, and what she shared reveals everything about the jealousy that is currently brewing in the WNBA. This wasn't just a friendly argument or constructive criticism, though it was a full-on social media meltdown.
I saw somebody earlier say it. No, man, she really is Jordan for this era. There is not a single national, look, never mind, forget the WNBA for a minute. There's not a single National Basketball Association player that is moving the needle anywhere close to this right now. Let's be real. I mean, fans lined up. I mean, come on.
Her posts, which were candid and unvarnished and filled with finger-pointing and accusations, made it obvious that she was unhappy with the state of affairs at a time when millions of fans were commemorating Clark's incredible debut. In an attempt to draw attention away from the in-court accomplishments, Reese's mother jumped online.
All that certain fan base looking in the stands, celebrating quote attendance, while others are looking up in the rafters celebrating championship banners. We ain't the same, you got that right. Different years, same haters. Have a great day.
Her main grievance, considering those astounding numbers, Clark is getting too much attention. With 1.3 million viewers and $670,000 in ticket sales, it's clear why Clark is in the spotlight. Fans will pay thousands of dollars to watch her play in a preseason game.
The college where Angel Reese won the national championship, she made a homecoming and the arena was less than half full. 13,215 available seats was the capacity. They didn't even sell half of those.
Instead of being performance-based, the social media engagement presented Clark's success as privileged motivated. Reese's mother actively participated in posts alleging that Clark benefited from media favoritism and white privilege. She even shared comments implying that the rookie was being overhyped despite having a record-breaking college career. These accusations ignore the fact that Clark is an excellent basketball fan.
This Caitlin Clark preseason game outdrew the finals game 1 rating from last year. Oh, get mad. Get angry. These folks are going to be livid.
Their animosity in college has turned into a professional rift, and the difference between Clark Reese's methods is remarkable. While the Reese camp uses social media commentary to participate in off-color controversy, Clark keeps all of his attention on her performance.
He is the needle. I mean, honestly. All the while, you got Angel Reese's mom. By the way, she put this out in the public space. And as part of that, we can give commentary on it if we want to.
For context, consider that people are spending almost $700 to watch players who are essentially still figuring out their team chemistry. That's the equivalent of paying for a front-row concert experience at a major music festival, except this is for a game that has no bearing on the standings. You know what's crazy is happening when ticket prices for a preseason game average $670. I call this Clarkonomics.
We have seen it over and over and over again. Instagram followers do not translate into viewership on television during actual basketball games. It does great if you're a content creator. Good on you for that. But that's not what we're talking about here. Caitlin Clark is a different phenomenon, a phenom. She's right there. She's proving in comparison to the National Basketball Association.
Sculptor, when Clark made his basketball debut, Hawkeye Arena was completely packed, with 15,000 yelling fans crammed into every seat to see their hometown hero return in a professional uniform. These fans pay top dollar for a pointless game because watching Clark play basketball has become an event they cannot miss.
Reported ticket price was $650. Now, if you do the math here and you do 15,000 people times $650, that is almost $9.75 million just for a WNBA preseason.
With titles at stake, the economic influence of a single player is changing the WNBA landscape, with some resale tickets fetching $6,000 more than many fans pay for NBA Finals events.
This is the line from outside the arena to get in for this game. Caitlin Clark pointed this out in an interview with Holly Roll, people were tailgating out there like it was the NFL.
When Clark made that long three-pointer from Steph Curry range in the first few minutes, the crowd erupted with such force that the building physically shook. People jumped out of their seats and gave strangers next to them high fives as if they had witnessed a championship moment rather than a preseason first quarter basket. The atmosphere inside had the intensity of a Final Four matchup.
Team is going to break so many records this year. I know we've talked about it. Attendance, viewership, merch sales, all of the things. The fan base that rides behind this Indiana Fever team, even the game that I was at that Caitlin Clark didn't play, the attendance was recorded at 12,461. Even with it being a preseason game that Caitlin didn't play in, there is so much motion behind this team, and I think the more that the Indiana Fever wins, the greater that they are this season. That bandwagon of fans is just going to continue growing.
Little girls in number 22 jerseys crowded the stands, many of them holding homemade placards stating that their parents had traveled hundreds of miles and across several states to watch their daughters celebrate this cultural milestone.
For Brazil, here's Clark. Wow! You bet! From beyond the logo! And a little point afterwards. I mean, come on.
In stark contrast to typical WNBA games, where many teams find it difficult to fill half of their arenas, even for crucial regular season games, Clark just tripled that amount for a game that doesn't include her. Clark's solution to the WNBA's attendance issue is that she just shows up and plays amazing basketball. The record-breaking ticket prices and sold-out arena demonstrate how Clark is transforming the market's perception of women's basketball.
People want to buy Caitlin Clark things, and they especially want to buy Caitlin Clark Nike things.
While supporters rejoiced in this moment for the sport, some behind the scenes watched with increasing annoyance as Clark's immediate influence was felt.
Who thought that we would see the day where WNBA numbers were overtaking NBA numbers? And you guys, I predict that this is going to be something that happens for the entirety of the WNBA season, especially with this Indiana Fever team. This is motion, this is hype like we have never seen, and I thought it was going to be like this, but when you see the numbers right in front of you, 1.3 million viewers for a preseason game, and a preseason game where they won by 64 points.
What we are seeing is a battle for the WNBA's future course. Seasoned guys against a rookie who is changing the dynamics of the league. While some people aggressively opposed this evolution, others gladly embraced it.
Not notice that was in fact, and that did in fact look like a full.
An uncomfortable reality is revealed by the social media response. After years of establishing the WNBA's presence, several WNBA veterans and their families feel truly threatened by Clark's instant impact on league popularity, since they're witnessing a rookie garner more attention in a single preseason game than they have in their entire careers.
And we got one player that literally just drew 1.3 million viewers for a preseason game. And we got another one that...
Given that women's basketball is undergoing a radical change in front of our very eyes, let's now consider what this implies for the sport's future.
Caitlin Clark returned to Iowa yesterday. It looked like the entire state of Iowa shut down. This is what the drawing power of a real star looks.
It's like watching basketball history unfold in front of our eyes as Caitlin Clark is radically changing women's basketball in real time. Every game she plays is altering what people believe is possible for the WNBA. This isn't just some well-known player joining a league. The facts don't lie. Clark's influence increases opportunities for everyone in women's basketball. She's bringing more attention, more funding, and more opportunities than ever before. The WNBA is seeing a rise in popularity, and all.
Fact is that I think that the Fever have brought a lot of new fans to other teams.
Because they know that fans will tune in to watch her play, major TV networks are vying to telecast Fever games, especially CBS and ABC. Have you seen what's happening with merchandise sales? That's the sort of power that can change a league. Clark's jerseys sold out right away, but what's really interesting is that social media numbers for the WNBA as a whole have skyrocketed since Clark arrived. Fans are discovering other incredible players because they originally tuned in to watch Clark, but they stay for the entire league, building a stronger fan base for women's basketball. The WNBA's old guard may be upset, but Clark isn't taking away from other players. Instead, she's making the whole pie bigger for everyone. Teams playing against the Fever are moving their games to larger arenas because they know Clark will sell out their regular venues, which is extra money for everyone in the league.